Oh. What is going on, everybody? This is J. Marie Poetry. I am owner of Dirty Words Apparel. Let me get my shit straight because we got too much going on right now. All right, what's good? What's good? This is J. Marie Poetry. I'm owner of Dirty Words Apparel, and I've got with me my host Brandy of BK Pleasure Palace, and we are doing a semi-special show today because we fucked up yesterday on some stuff, or the browser did. One of the two. But both of us
It
was
was
all the way out of it. We was all the way out of it. So we apologize. We wanted to do this show as a to
makeup.
get like to make up for it. We hope we make up for it today. So what we do is we do every other Friday, y'all. So just wanted y'all to know we do every other Friday. We are not doing Friday back to backs. If I'm cutting myself out of this thing, can you hear me? Okay. We don't do Fridays back to back. What did she do? Okay. We don't do Fridays back to back. We do every other Friday. You threw me off with that, Brandy. I did not know you muted your mic. I thought I lost signal.
I'm
I was like,
sorry. I
God
had to plug
damn
in
it.
my computer because my computer was just wanted to tell me now, like, "Hey, bitch, I'm about to die." So I had to fix that before we had a major
Thank
malfunction.
you. Yes, because I was
Yes.
like, okay,
Sorry,
anyway.
y'all. Sorry. I can hear her fine. Sorry, y'all.
Okay, so Brandy, you got Facebook. You got
I
Facebook
do have
World?
Facebook.
Okay.
I'm
And I got
pulling it up
YouTube
now.
World. Okay. And I got YouTube World. All right, all right. So we wanted to before we get into the topic, since we do every other week, we want to kind of talk about our week. You know, what did you do in between? Because you got something going on, another look going on today. So we need to talk about that. So what did you
So,
do?
so funny story. A couple months ago, I was on Facebook, and it was actually I've researched this for a while. So let me not act like I just saw some random ad and just like put my information in. So I've been researching this thing for a while, talking about I want to say, I hope I say it right, a boudoir photo shoot. And if anyone is not familiar with that, that's kind of like where a woman or a man, whoever, they take some not suggestive pictures, but they take pictures, in some sexy clothing, some lingerie. It could be for yourself, it could be for your mate. So I finally bit the bullet and applied, put my bid in to have pictures taken, and so I had my first
Wait a minute,
boudoir
wait a
photo.
minute, wait a minute. You know I cannot. Okay, I'm being myself now. You bit the bullet
Okay,
because you have a choice, a special choice of words with that. Bit the bullet.
okay.
So
Okay. Let me take that back.
you
I
took the
took the
challenge.
plunge. I took the plunge, and so I gathered myself. I'm gonna say, what can I say? I could say I challenged myself to step outside my box because for me, I have a real insecurity issue. So I stepped outside my box, signed up to have some photos taken. So that's what I did. I had a photo shoot. Um, just it was nothing special, no Marilyn Monroe type stuff. Just pictures to kind of celebrate me. To give me it to me, it gave me confidence. It made me feel empowered. It took back what was taken from me years ago, and that was my sense of self. And they're only for me. No one's gonna get my pictures, but um, but it made me feel good. And I do encourage every woman to do at least one photo shoot celebrating yourself. The lady I had, Miss Sonia, she's here in Raleigh. She was just so great. I wanted her to be like my best friend when we were done. She made me feel comfortable. She talked me through it, and and their application, um, they kind of ask you about ask you about yourself. They tell me about yourself. What's your insecurities? What do you like? What type of music do you like? And when I got to the photo shoot, she had thoroughly read my profile. So she was talking to me like, everybody knows my biggest thing is one of my biggest things is my teeth. And she's like, your teeth are beautiful. She was like, she talked me through everything. And like, she's like, you said you like, I think I said I like Ari Lennox, my favorite music. So she played Ari Lennox's Pandora station
Uh-huh.
while we were doing the photo shoot. So she really made me feel comfortable. And again, I do encourage man or woman, I encourage women to do that type of thing, whether it be for your mate, but really for yourself. Um, the program I went through, I get 2 free pictures. And I think my reveal is like in a couple weeks. But I don't want to say too much about it because I don't know how much I can advertise for them. But I do have the link. So if you would like to receive a link to sign up to take your boudoir photo shoot, they are around the country. They're not just in North Carolina. I was supposed to be in Kansas City a few weeks ago, and I was going to have it done in Kansas City, but I wasn't able to go. So just hit me up. I will go ahead and say you can hit me up on BK Pleasure Pals. Jeanette, what's my BK email? I hold on.
J Marie Poetry. Your email is
Hold on, J Marie.
BK Pleasure Palace.
My email is BK Pleasure Palace. My email is bkpleasurepalace@gmail.com. Send me an email. Tell me that you would go ahead and like to receive the link to sign up, and I'll ask you for a little bit of information. So when I send it, you can go ahead and sign up. It's discreet. Like I said, when I did mine, they had rented out an Airbnb. It was just me. Our appointments weren't overlapping. It was very discreet. Again, ladies, I encourage you guys to please consider doing something like this because it felt so empowering. That's the word that stuck out to me the most. It was empowering to celebrate myself and see myself doing things that I didn't think I was cute enough for. So again, bkpleasurepalace@gmail.com. Just hit me up on the email and I will shoot you the link over. And please, ladies, please sign up so you can go celebrate you. But
Hey, okay,
so what have you been up to this weekend?
the well, this weekend nothing, but over the week, we do what we do, and this is what it is, Do what you
That's right,
do,
because
you do what you do.
now we're on 2 weeks. Sorry. So yes, what have
We
you done since our last show?
a lot of stuff, some of this, some of that,
Yeah,
grown folks business, that type of stuff.
grown folks business is good.
Um, okay, so as we go on into the topic, I'm trying to pull the screen up so I can see the shit. I got 89 screens up. So I know you got a dog that was trying to have dog babies or something like that. I know some stupid stuff like that you was telling me about recently. The dog trying to get with another dog. Okay, well, regardless
No.
of what was
So
he doing,
no, he wasn't doing
being a
anything.
dog, the dog was being a dog.
No, the neighbors has this dog visiting them and they don't lock him up. So this dog is over here harassing my dog while my dog's trying to just have a life. And again,
Uh,
my dog's a big dog. He's a Weimaraner. He's a big dog. I don't know how he does with little dogs, but they don't lock him up. As a matter of fact, just last night when we let him inside, this little motherfucker ran in the house behind him. So I had to chase this dog around my house.
oh, okay.
So yeah, so my dog's great. He acted up at daycare. Yes, you know how you get calls from the school about your kid. Just imagine
Yeah.
getting it from the daycare about your damn dog, because that's what I got yesterday. I'm telling you. Besides that and our internet issues, I was very done with yesterday. I was happy to go to bed because I was done. So That's what happened with me. Just nothing but dog drama.
Dog drama. Okay, okay. Well, dog drama leads into the next subject. We're talking about sexual history. Now, when we talk about bodies and body counts and all this kind of stuff in the bedroom, we want to get into the topic about it. We're gonna bring some guys up that's gonna give us some feedback from a male's point of view. Okay, we're gonna get some guys to give us some feedback on that as well. But we wanted to talk about, does sexual history matter with your mate, or if it matters, if they're single, does it matter? Do you care about it then, or do you care about it more when they're in a relationship? And those kind of topics we're going to discuss with this episode. So, Brandy, I'm going to take it to you. The question: does sexual history matter in your relationship, or whether you're single? How does it work for you?
I think it does. I think it does because I'm all about sexual freedom, but you gotta kind of be kind of liberal with it. You can or conservative with it. You can't just be like, I don't know, if you come to me and it turns out you had like 19 partners, especially within like the last 5 years. Thank you for your time. I don't know. I can't get with somebody that's had a
Really?
high body count. Mm-mm.
Okay, okay.
And
So
I'm
it
not judging them. I don't want to be part of that count.
Okay, okay. For me, it doesn't matter as much as long as you don't have anything that you bring into the table that you haven't got rid of or can't get rid of, and um, you can't really control who your kids' parents are. Sometimes that drama, you know, you can't really put that into perspective per se, but it doesn't matter to me. Like I think I'm gonna be dealing with reformed hoes anyway. I think that's just what it is. A reformed hoe. And as you get older, I think that has a lot to do with it. So we're gonna bring up the guys. I'm gonna ask them the same question. We're gonna ask them the same question. And first up is James. So James, what's your comment on the sexual history, whether or not that matters?
Okay, so my first thing is the only time I would have an issue with somebody's history is if they bring something that they're not supposed to bring to the table. We had that conversation beforehand. Once that's out the way and everything's clear, other than that, I don't care because I look at it like this: nobody is going to follow me. Nobody, no dude. No, no, no. Hear me out. Hear me out.
Okay, okay,
Ain't no dude on this planet gonna follow me because nobody's gonna treat you the way I treat you. Nobody's
okay.
gonna build you up the way I build you up and give you that sort of safety that I'm going to give you. So I don't care what your past is because I know what your future going to look like. And if you don't want that type of future, I know that you're not going to run into nobody that's going to treat you like me. So I don't care. It could be, 100. That ain't none of my business because like I said, ain't nobody gonna follow me, and I ain't worried about it. You know what I'm saying? I
Okay,
ain't got to compare. I don't have to compare myself to anybody else because if I'm in that moment and I'm with that person, it's all about our chemistry. It don't matter what the other chemistry was. That shit's irrelevant because if you in the moment with that person, that's what it is. It's y'all two, and you make what you make, and if it works, it works. If it don't, it don't. The past doesn't matter as long as it's you're not bringing nothing negative to the table. Does that
got
make
it.
any sense?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I
it
think
does.
I think it
Now,
makes a lot of sense.
okay, so I'm 37. So any chick that I deal with that's in my age group, they're gonna come with emotional baggage, in the sense of they're either dealt with somebody that's a trash human being, or they were in a jacked up situation. So when I look at that, I'm like, all right, I know what I'm getting into. I know what kind of person they're gonna be. They're gonna be guarded. They're going to second guess everything that I say because
Okay.
they want to make sure that the situation they're getting into is something legitimate, or the energy I bring to them, they want to make sure that, that same energy is consistent. So
Have
I get that.
okay. So I have a question for you then.
Okay.
So on the flip side of it, then it doesn't matter to you, but does it matter to the woman? excuse me,
They not
how many?
they're never gonna know unless I sit and tell them.
Okay, but it's so that conversation has never come up in any of your
I don't
situations.
I don't bring it up,
Okay,
and if I don't like volunteer information, so I don't want that conversation to be geared towards what the past was, because if they're standing in front of me, that's the future. Why would I want to taint the future with what I left in the past? Because obviously, what I left in the past ain't working, or it wasn't for me, or I wasn't for them. So it don't matter. It don't matter if you slept with one person, or if you touched this one person, or you did something special with another person. That don't
but
matter,
you talking about one
because
person. So
at the end of the day, it's about you and that energy that you bring with that person.
okay,
Because
so
it's on.
what
Mhm.
about if you're dealing with somebody who has a lot of bodies, like they maybe went through a long history of not loving themselves, and so they have a large body count, and that is what this person is bringing to you now. That's their history. Now I don't know how you would know about it unless they tell you, but what if somehow you knew about that? How does that change, or does that change anything?
If I knew about any of the persons or any of the people that they were with, I wouldn't talk to them. So if I don't know those
No,
people, I don't care. That doesn't affect me one way or the other. But if I know a person that they've been with, they're off limits to me,
I
okay,
like
because
that because that's
I'm
how I
not
okay,
gonna
feel.
sit there.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna sit there and try to be like, oh well, hey, my buddy smashed, so why don't you let me smash? No.
yeah,
If
okay,
I like that.
I know this person, I'm gonna know that they're a disgusting human being, and I'm not gonna follow them. I'm not.
okay,
That's just how it is with dudes. If I know the dude that, like, okay, so I have a buddy I picked up at the airport today. Him and his wife, we I went and dropped him off at his wife's house, right? And her and her friend were like celebrating this girl getting married. So I'm like, okay, if them two break up, me and her are cool, but ain't no way in hell I'm gonna follow that dude and be like, oh yeah, I'll take care of you, sweetie. Come on over here. Go. I know you leaving him, but you can come over and be with me. No, that person is off limits to me because I know the person they were with. That's just
okay, okay.
that to me. I think that's disgusting.
Let Adam answer the question. Does sexual history matter to you when it comes to dealing with your mate, former mate, or future mates?
Yes, it does. Uh, it actually matters to me a lot. Um, was it? I don't want some. Was it? I don't want to be with a woman that's been with like one guy or two guys. That to me would be annoying as hell. Like I want someone that knows what they want. I want someone that has had experience, someone that has been out there
Oh,
and enjoyed life. Like, I disagree with what you were saying when you were saying that, someone that has a high body count doesn't love themselves. I mean, I I categorically disagree with that completely. I don't think that you know either one has anything to do with the other. I mean, I feel like people who just have a healthy sexual appetite, or people who just have that curiosity when they're younger, or whatever. It's like, was it to was I'm trying to think of exactly how I want to say that, because I mean to
Like, was the high body count recently? Is that what you're trying to say? Like,
no, 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 no. I mean, I honestly don't care when it came. I mean, I
okay,
would prefer someone that has had a good number of partners to know what they like, because basically, like what I think his name is James. Basically, what James said um, was
Just
it
because they
basically
came and went,
wait,
they did. They came and
wait,
went.
wait, wait, no, no, no. Well, basically you said that no one's gonna come after you, and I mean,
Yeah.
basically, like my sense is kind of the same thing, where I feel like it's not so much that I feel like no one's ever going to come after me. It's just the fact that I want you to be able to appreciate who I am. I want you to be able to appreciate the fact that I know what I'm doing, whether it be in the bedroom, whether it be in life. And if you're not going to know that if you've been with one person. You're not going to know that you've been with maybe two people. Like, I want someone that has experience. I mean, that's just how it is. Like, I think I said this on one of the previous shows. There's no way in hell I would ever date a virgin. Ever. I don't care how nice, how pretty.
you
I would
did say
never do
that.
it. I would never do it. I would never
Well,
do it.
I think you're not talking about just. in the bedroom experience. You're talking about life experience. Because people with life
Well,
experience,
okay, wait,
they
wait, wait.
do, they know what they want. Just like you said, they know what they want. They have experience with the
I'm talking
situations
about
that can come up.
here. We're talking about bedroom experience. I'm talking about
Yes.
bedroom experience.
Right. Bedroom
But
I
bedroom
they're,
mean,
experience.
they're,
was it life
they're,
experience? Yeah, yeah, no, no. Life experience is something is another piece of the puzzle when we start talking about relationship and all that other stuff, and we
yeah.
start building on that. Of course, you want someone who's emotionally mature, who who kind of has figured themselves out in that sense. But I'm just talking about in a sexual sense. Like, I don't want to sit up here and be teaching somebody. I don't want to sit up here and have to like deal with you not being comfortable being naked, or you not being comfortable being touched, or you. I like, no. I'm sorry. No, but
Okay, so for you, Adam, sexual history matters, but it matters in actually the reverse sense because a lot of times sexual history is an issue for guys because they want to believe that their woman only had one them,
but wait,
and
wait,
then
wait,
you're
wait, wait, wait,
saying
wait.
it, it,
Jane
it
Marie,
works
Jane
in the
Marie,
reverse.
but was it? You got to understand something. I feel like those people who it matters to in that sense, it's insecure men. It's people who um, either feel like they don't measure up, in a sexual sense, or people who feel as though they don't measure up in many other ways, or they just question it. Me, I don't question it. I don't question it at all. Man, like, I'm not trying to get graphic, but I mean, I got great reviews. I mean, I
So
can sit up here. I can
here's
sit up
the,
here and give references. I'm good.
here's the question. When you watch porn, right? For
Hmm.
instance, you watch educational videos.
Okay.
When you're watching educational videos, you don't care what the dude is doing in the video. You're picturing in your mind you in that position, you doing that stuff to that girl. So the
Yeah.
same principle would apply when you're dealing with a relationship. No matter what she did in the past, you're still picturing yourself in that situation with that girl.
What was it? And basically, what you said, James, about not revealing your sexual history, I have absolutely no problem. Like, first off, I'm one of those people that believes in full disclosure and being as honest as I possibly can going into a relationship. So, like if somebody asks me, if she asks me straight up, oh, how many people have you been with? Like, I'll tell her, like, honestly, I don't know off the top of my head, but it's a good number. Like, I
Yeah,
mean,
but you're
I can't sit
answering
up
the
here and
question that's
count them out.
asked.
It's gonna take a while.
You only answer what's asked. You don't volunteer information.
No, I
You're
mean,
answering the question that they asked.
I'm not sitting up here going out of my way to tell someone, oh yeah, this is what's going on. But
Yeah.
So
if the
so for you,
question does arise,
It looks
okay,
like Emery agrees with Adam, but she's
hmm?
understanding where you're coming from. One of our commenters from Facebook
Okay.
Live said Emery
he said he understands.
actually agrees with you. Yeah, she
But
said she
but
understands.
but what is it? I just feel like people who have this notion where the more sexual partners you have mean you're either loose or means the woman can't be committed to a man. I feel like it's the reverse. That's why there's always been that term sowing your oats. I mean, our forefathers and the previous generations understood this shit. That's why they ingrained it in people's heads, saying you sow your oats when you're younger. And then by the time you're ready to get married, you already have a good frame of reference about what you're looking for, about what you like, because I mean, if the first time you're ever like going to be intimate with someone is on your wedding night, that shit, get the hell out of here, or if the first time, or if the person you're with for the first time has only been with one other person, that means that if that person wasn't a freaking rock star, then that means you got a lot of catching up you got to get her to get you where you are. Or if that person was amazing, then that person doesn't quite get like they need to have you need to have a good, I would say, good experience. That's pretty much where I am on that. Like and I'm not sitting up here saying that like I need someone to be a porn star. I mean, I'm not saying that. I mean, but it just doesn't bother me. It absolutely does not bother me. Like however many men, like a girl could tell me she's been with 40 guys, and I'd be like, okay, cool, fine by
So
me.
Somebody
there,
on
so there's not
Facebook,
a
somebody
yeah.
on Facebook just said that I think it was GSU for life, something like that. They were talking about quality over quantity. That's a big deal too, because if you're dealing with you just
Okay.
dealing with sheer numbers, like somebody's doing like the Was it some lady has a world record for sleeping with the most dudes, and it's like 900 something dudes in a 24-hour period, and somebody did the math where it was like 2 minutes per person or something crazy like that,
Okay.
and you want quality situations over quantity. That is 100% true
Do you know what
because
the
your
percentage are
quality.
of women that are sitting up here sleeping with 500 and something guys? It's a very low
Yeah,
percentage.
it's super low. I
You
was
know, I
using that
mean,
as an
so
example. That was my example.
I mean,
So
you know,
you you
it
got
honestly doesn't. There,
you have
just
to
like,
have quality over
Hold on, y'all.
quantity when it
Don't
comes
talk over
to
each other.
relationships.
but what was it,
Yes,
James?
boss.
Basically, like what you said, though. You know, quality over quantity. There's no way in hell you're going to know who these people are that she slept with, and if you do know them, then like you said, you'll say, "Oh, this person's a piece of shit" or whatever. But you
No, no,
don't
no.
know. If,
I'm talking about life experience. So what they were talking about in the quote or in the comment was they were talking about quality over quantity. And a person's past, they might be crazy looking, they might be trash in the bedroom. That's cool. That because that's all a part are all a part of learning. And we sit there and we learn all this stuff about ourselves and about each other, and we eventually find the quality that we want. Because
okay,
not every sexual interaction is going to be perfect. Not
no, of
every
course.
sexual interaction is going to be the greatest. But it is totally about learning
You see,
and
what is it?
experiencing that thing,
The
that
interesting
life.
thing is, I just read that comment GSU for Life wrote, and at the end of the day, like, you know, I don't care who the person. I mean, how many guys she had to look like Flavor Flav. It doesn't matter to me. I really don't
Yeah,
care. If I'm interested in the person, then, like you said, I'm the future. You know, I'm the
yeah.
one that you're going to be with. I just want to know that you aren't coming into this blind saying, well, I've never really been with anybody, or I've never really like had much sexual experience, and now I'm trying to jump into this thing because, like I said, you're not going to appreciate what I'm bringing to the table. You're not. I mean, yes, it might be good, but you might be sitting up here looking like, oh, I wonder what else is out there. I like a girl to know once she's been with enough guys, she comes my way.
Yeah.
Believe me, she's not leaving for sex reasons at all. She might leave because, like, you know, I get too wrapped up in like office shit and I don't pay attention and I do a lot of other things. But like, you know, she's not gonna leave for sex reasons. That ain't gonna happen.
Okay, so let me ask this question. So when we're talking about body counts, right? Same sex. Okay, so for the typical heterosexual situation,
It
if a
counts.
woman,
It counts,
it,
100%.
Yeah,
okay, the
it
woman, so the
counts.
woman's with another woman, that counts.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
counts because
But
it's
experience.
about life experience.
okay,
It's
It's your life experience. You're
experience in general.
building, yeah, you're building on your life experience. So all of that stuff counts. There's no exemptions. There's no, oh, well,
if
this
you
was a
dealt with
one-time
this
thing.
person, okay, what about if you dealt with a person going back to that same person? Some women say you can't count that person twice.
What?
You can't do what?
You can't count that person twice. So say like you,
No,
so
Yeah,
my best
you
friend,
can't say that. No,
You don't, yeah,
no, no.
you don't count them. You don't count
You
them
can't
multiple
count them.
times, but there's still that experience you gathered from that situation. So
but
you're
if you
still going
keep
to
going
take.
back to that same person, then
Well,
Yeah, that might be where you need to be. That might be your spot that you
that
need to
might be
be
your
at.
spot.
That
And
might be
don't
your
tell
thing.
me you're trying to entertain me, and that's where you're going back,
was it at
where
the end
you're
of the
Yeah,
always
day?
talking about
Was at the
yeah.
end of
We
the day,
don't.
you
Yeah,
could have been with
we
one
can't
person.
play
You could
leapfrog.
have slept with them
We don't do
600
that.
times. You know, that's not. Yeah, that's still one person. You know.
Yep.
okay, and then Emery Gant on Facebook is saying on on the I'm not about to teach part. Okay, so I think
Exactly.
Adam was saying that he didn't want to have he wanted to have somebody with enough sexual history so that he could not have to teach.
So I
And
could
that's
just
what
have fun.
Emery was talking about. Okay,
Yeah.
because I was clearing up
And
the comment there.
Basically, sex for me, I want it to be fun. I don't want it to be something that I have to sit up here and fucking think about and do a whole. Like, I'm busy. I have way too many things going on in life to have to sit up here and like
So
deal with having to like teach or having to like be
so
stressed out in
so
the
okay
bedroom. That's
so
not where I'm
so
going.
so Adam, does that then mean that somebody inexperienced will have the potential to have bad sex?
I don't know because I'm not going to fuck with somebody who's inexperienced.
Okay,
Well,
okay.
I think
I'm
that
I'm
you
just
have to teach. It's like you have to teach a person how to love you and how to please you. Now,
how to fuck. With
it's not like
love you.
you're.
Well, okay, wait. Because
We're
when
not
you
talking
say
about love.
love you, that's a deeper thing. We talking about fucking,
Exactly.
Yeah, I get that,
not
but I'm
love.
just saying.
Just,
I was trying to be nice about it since we gonna
No,
be just super raw and raunchy about it. All right, cool,
I'm
We
not
just
a
are
saying
problem.
we
raw
want
and
to
I hey,
raunchy.
clarify.
look,
We
I mean
I
the
we
take
name of
like
their
raw and
show.
hey,
raunchy.
I
The name
take
of
my
their show is the
cues.
Dirty
I
Pleasure
take my
Show.
cues from the boss. No problem. I
I
get
don't
it.
think that it was
Not a
supposed to be
problem.
family hour.
So
Don't worry,
when
we
you,
like raunchy.
I got you. I understand.
Dirty
Yes, the boss.
Pleasure Show. She talks about the dog
Isaac, get
fucking
right
shit.
on it. Not a problem.
I don't know.
So when you smashing and you about to go out, you about to clap some cheeks, you want to sit there and teach this person how to clap your cheeks right. Because you're not just gonna go in there. If I go into a situation with the Miss Ma'am right here that keeps standing up with the grown pieces hanging out, if I'm in a situation with you, I'm not just gonna go in there and just be fucking hammering the shit out of you on a constant basis. You can be like, wait a minute, time out, nigga. Slow down. Chill out. Wait a minute. You're gonna be trying to direct traffic. Cause if I'm sitting there and I'm just like full beast mode, sweat my ass off, not saying a word to you, looking you in the face while I'm just beating the bottom out your shit, you're gonna have an issue
Okay,
with that. You're gonna have
right.
an issue with that.
I think
So
she
you gotta
would.
teach. So
What?
my point is
Uh-huh.
you're gonna have to teach somebody and guide them how to please you. Just like with me with a chick, some chicks sit there and they read Cosmopolitan magazine and they sitting there giving them all kind of bullshit information that be
Okay.
wrong as fuck. I tell you, if a girl sprinkle motherfucking paprika on my shit while she's trying to fucking
Well,
go from
Paprika.
stick to stem, we gonna have
Not
motherfucking problems.
paprika.
I'm
that
just
honestly sound,
saying
was it that like
there there's
Okay.
shit
was it
there's shit in that magazine that chicks sit there and write for other females and they're like, hey, my
but
boyfriend loved this.
but
If you
Wait.
try that, I
James,
promise you I'll
Okay.
punch you in the
James,
face.
James.
I'm
Wait.
just
First
saying.
off,
Slow.
first off,
Slow down.
first off,
We
basic.
don't condone domestic violence here.
What was?
One,
Wait.
but go
So
ahead, Adam.
so I get where you're coming from. What you're saying, the person has to learn what you like, and you got to learn what they like, that kind of stuff. But
Yeah.
that's not the same thing
You
as
talking about teaching them how to do it. You don't need to teach them how to do it. That's
okay.
totally not a thing. But
Yeah,
you need to teach them the way you like it.
I'll let you finish. Go ahead.
I'm good.
I don't usually meet people that are going to talk to me.
If
That's good.
only, if only
But
y'all knew what I'm
um,
Okay.
learning.
Okay. Calm
very
down,
nice to meet you.
guys.
Very nice to meet you.
I I love
You
this
seem like a
film
decent fellow.
right here. This right here
But
is it.
okay,
This right
We
here is
might
now
it.
fuck around to be related. That
wait,
might be a thing.
wait.
Mm.
No, so
You never know. You totally never know.
okay, okay.
Surprise, motherfucker. Hey, I know you.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So
All
We
right.
definitely
So
need
wait.
you two
No, no,
back
no,
on the
no.
scenario.
show. We
We
What?
need
So
do.
basically,
So
what I'm saying here is, I feel like part of the fun of like being with someone that is experienced or whatever is like taking both of your experience, come together, and then find what kind of fun shit works for you guys. Like I had a girl ask me at one point in time back when I was still looking. She's like, "What kind of like are you into kinky things?" And I was like, "Fuck does that mean?" I was like, "Why are you?" I was like, "Why would you ask me that? Why don't we just get to the bedroom and then we figure that shit out?" Like I don't need to have a little like I'm not gonna give you like a little like cheat sheet on oh this is what I'm into. Like get the fuck out of here.
It's
Like
gonna
no,
be a surprise.
that's part of the fun. Like but again, like I mean if you have girls if you meet a girl who's like done all kinds of things and you guys have talked, like you can usually tell someone's level of comfort sexually based on how they're talking, based on how based on how they're moving when you guys are hanging out, first couple
Takes
of
like 10
times,
minutes.
like that. Exactly. You can tell like someone's sexual comfort level. Now, like I said, when we get to the bedroom, there are going to be things that, as experienced as you are, I may not like that, but it's just as easy as me saying, "Oh, I'm sorry, I don't like that one." Then you're going to move on to something else. But I mean, if you
Yeah.
ain't got a bag of tricks, if you ain't got a whole bunch of things in your repertoire about shit you know how to do, then I tell you I ain't with something. Then all of a sudden you get shut down and dejected, and now I got
Yeah.
some bitch that's in her feelings. I got a problem.
Or you say, chill
Or
out, and
insecurity.
they're like, no, I know what I'm doing. And you're like,
No, no, no,
no,
no, no,
motherfucker,
no,
you
no, no.
don't. I'm
But
gonna need you to chill out.
Yeah, no, no,
wait,
no.
wait.
And from the women's side of that, let me speak to that because I had somebody who kept stopping me, and he know who he is, and I was like, that is not what I like. And he was like, nah,
You might
this
need to
is.
name drop that nigga real quick.
Wait, no, no, no,
I'm
no.
not, but he kept on telling me, and this was some years ago. He kept on being like, no, 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 shut up, I got this. I'm like, what? No, you
But you see,
don't
that's the
got
thing.
this.
But
What?
what is it? You see, that's the thing. You have enough experience, and he had enough experience, but he just didn't listen. That's the problem. That's a problem.
That's true.
Like was it if I go into a situation with somebody new, like I said, I'm gonna go in with my greatest hits, of course. I'm gonna go in with the greatest hits. And if for whatever reason she comes back and goes, oh, whoa, I'm not like I had a girl told me, oh, I don't come that way. I was like, huh, all right, we're gonna find out. Um, but
Okay,
We'll
okay,
stick
wait,
but
around and
did you
find
wait,
did
out.
you
wait,
okay? But
wait,
that's almost like, but okay, but Adam, that's
wait.
almost like telling her you know what she likes.
No. She told me that in the beginning, right? This was
Okay,
before we had like even gotten to the bedroom. She told me, oh, I don't, she's like, oh, I don't come this way, or I don't do. I was like, okay. I said, well, let me try and we'll see what happens. Got her there. Oh, boom. All of a sudden that shit changes. Now she has a new standard. Now she knows what needs to happen in order for her to get there. That's good. But again, she had experience. It wasn't like, but again, like I had a girl who was doing things to me while she's going down on me, and I'm sitting up here going, what the fuck are you doing? Like I'm sitting up here like I don't know who told you about that, but that no, there's some
That's
basic.
how you get a. That's how you get a high five to the forehead.
Yeah, I'm like there's some basic.
coming off as a
No. What is it? I'm sitting up here going. I was like there's some basic movements that you know how to do. I was like that one doesn't work. And when I said
Yeah.
that, all of a sudden she felt insecure, and she's like, oh, I don't know how you want me to like go down on you. I was like, bitch, we'll try something. Like the first thing
okay,
didn't work, do something else. But if you don't have experience, then someone shuts you down, and all of a sudden you get insecure, and then we have a problem. But if you have enough experience and you've pleased enough people, or you have at least had enough good reviews, it's like even if one thing doesn't work, you're gonna sit up here and you're gonna immediately try something else. Just like if you're a
right.
fucking
Go
basketball
into your
player and
bag.
you're good, if
I
somebody
mean,
shuts down one lane, you're gonna find the other one, right?
Or you just grab by their chin and give them a kiss, and you're like, hey, look, just listen.
so you so
No,
It
you're
works.
you're you're
Hey,
essentially
her, and that
it
didn't work.
you're
works.
essentially tasting your own stuff right there at that point. You pull them up
There
close
is.
there
Listen,
in your
I ain't
chin.
got a problem with that.
listen here.
There's
Listen
nothing
here.
wrong
I'm
with
Okay.
just
that.
Listen.
I think
We all.
I'm just
Hey, we
I'm
all
just
Fuck
there's
out of
nothing
here.
grown.
wrong with that.
I'm
You're
just
not gonna sit
plain
there and tell
stating.
me.
If a
You're not
girl
gonna
said up
sit
here
there
and
and
told
tell
me I go
me.
down on her and I can't kiss her, I'd be like, bitch, then if you can't taste your own product, then we got a problem.
Yeah.
Like,
You
I had
not.
a girl tell
I'm
me that
telling.
one time.
Hey, we
I had a
grown.
girl
If
tell
you
me that
can't.
one time.
Hey.
She said, I don't like pussy. I said, it's not pussy, it's your pussy. I said,
Yes.
I'm tasting it.
Okay,
Like,
okay.
Just
So
like
you go down
I
on
mean,
me
I'm.
and you try to
I'm
kiss me.
clean. I'm wholeheartedly clean. I take showers religiously
Damn right.
before and after I get through doing what I'm doing,
2 times a day.
and I can stand behind my product and say, "Yo, I know that I'm coming to the table
Exactly.
ready to do what I need to do." And as long as that lady, comes to the table, she's clean. She can get what she need to do done.
The
It ain't no big
only
deal.
the only caveat there is if I just finish and you try to come at me with some playful shit, we gonna
Yeah,
like you
nah.
you gonna catch
High
a foot
five
in
to
the
the
face.
forehead. High
Like
five.
no, like was it? I
How you
told the
doing,
girl
buddy?
one time. I told the girl one time, or I can obviously the things you can do to modify the taste. And she's like, "You want to try it?" I was like, "If you don't get out of my face," I was like, "That's for you. That ain't for me." I was like,
Some people play too much. Like some
I
people
was like, I
take
was like, "Sweetie,
they
it tastes
take
better
shit
than
too
normal
far.
does, doesn't it?" She's like, "Yeah, you want to try it?" No, that ain't for
Yeah,
me.
that's not playful. That's ridiculous
No,
after that.
you're gonna catch a foot to the face.
okay.
Yep. Like, hey, ceasefire. Yep.
A
Yep.
scenario. I want to. Okay, but no. Um, go ahead. Go ahead. BK Pleasure Palace.
So, because listening to Adam talk about inexperience and how you really don't have time for that, I figured it'd be a good idea to bring up something I do have. And I have two categories, so I'm going to start with the one first. So I
She got
have
time
what they
today.
call Dungeon Desires, and it's a
What is
sex
it?
Put
card
it in the
game.
camera a little bit more.
It's a sex
Put
card
it, pull
game.
it in.
Who's this
Now,
lady? Oh,
Wait a minute, you froze
I'm
up.
still trying.
There we go. There we go.
oh,
Okay.
damn! I just saw a tongue come on the screen. I was like, whoa, fuck is that? What we getting ready to do? Keep going.
You see it?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can
Yes.
see it.
I see it.
You said it's a
Game,
card
and
game.
I did. Put, it's a card
We
game,
got
and I put the
XXopoly.
link
You ever heard of
in
that?
the comment
Hold on.
section in
What?
case you want to look.
Oh, I got a lot of
You
games.
said what?
I said
No,
we have XXopoly.
Okay, well, add
XXopoly.
this.
We got sex dice. We got all kinds of shit, man.
I do
Adam.
have sex dice too. I
Adam.
have sex dice too.
Yeah.
No, I'm glad he said that because I have that too.
Yeah.
But
We
I'm gonna
got
talk
some
about
shit.
that next week. Next time.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
But
We got
I've
anyway,
never
swing.
played any
these
of
good
that.
cards that if you do have somebody who is inexperienced and you don't want to
Okay.
take the time to teach them, you can introduce the. I'm trying to get my light
Oh,
shine
the
it.
Kama Sutra kind of cards.
Yeah, no, I
Okay.
get you.
Yes,
I have
yes.
never played those
It's got
games.
different.
Really?
You know,
All
it's
right.
exactly. Look, click the link on. I put the link in the comments. They're only
I don't know why I'm doing
$12.
this. Like I can't. Like
Okay.
I can shade the.
Right, right. But it has, I
Was
mean,
it?
it has like 52 different positions in games that you and your partner, experienced or inexperienced, can kind
You
of try
don't
out in the
say.
bedroom. So it's not
But
necessarily you'll be teaching them. Yeah, you won't be
We
teaching
got
them.
real. Was it?
You'll
We
just
got
be giving
real
them
fucking
ideas,
handcuffs.
and
We
y'all
got
got.
riding props. We got
Adam,
the list. We
Adam,
got swing
review,
sets.
review,
What
I
play?
got.
review is always good for an expert.
Yeah, and
You
I'll
might
tell
learn.
you what. I'll tell you what. I got handcuffs and everything else and blindfolds too on my website. Now,
Yes, ma'am.
since I
Oh,
will say, since June is also Pride Month, so I do also
right.
have
I
cards
love the way
for
her mic is
our
fucking up on that one. That was
couples of
good.
the same sex.
Excuse me,
Okay,
Hey,
Adam.
I got a
so
hey, I got a
they're
crazy
going to be
story real
open.
quick.
Hold
What the
on.
hell is going on with these voices?
As soon as you get done, like I got this crazy story that I gotta tell you.
Okay,
Okay,
hold on,
I'm
so
James.
sorry.
Adam
There's
behaved though.
some
But
crazy
anyway,
feedback happening. I don't know if that's on my phone or.
Go ahead, BK Pleasure
I
Palace, because I
don't
don't
know.
know
It
what
might
is
be.
going on with his.
I hope it's not me. But anyway, for same sex couples, we do have some for you too. They are also $12 on my site. I will put the link for this one in the comments as well. Just click it. Again, if you need help navigating the site, just email me at bkpleasurepalace@gmail.com and I will be ready to assist you where needed. They're both $12 and the shipping is pretty fast. Okay, I'm done. I just had to plug that in real quick.
That's
Okay,
awesome.
okay. And
So here's my little crazy
Yes.
story real quick. So I
okay.
Okay.
used to be an Uber driver, right? And I picked up these people and they were like, "Hey, we're going to Oklahoma Pride Month or Pride Festival." And I was like, "Okay." I didn't know what it was. I had no idea. I was thinking cowboy hats and country music. I was I'm so
Okay.
serious. I
I
was
love
thinking
country.
that's what I was thinking.
Right.
So I get down there in that part of the city and I saw the biggest person I've ever seen in my life with the pink mohawk and tight leather pants. And I was like, this ain't what I thought it was. And the people were like, yeah, this is probably not. I was like, you know what? I'll have a drink and I'll go home. I have never had to explain that I was a straight person that many times in my life. It was it
I
was a
mean,
different it was a different experience.
Oh, was you into a gay bar?
No, it was called it was a pride parade and I didn't know what the pride parade was. I thought
Oh.
it was country stuff. I
I
was
live in
thinking
New
that it
York.
was going to be barbecue and music and annoying country music. That's what I thought it was because I'd never heard that term before.
Didn't you see
well,
the wrong
So
color flag?
I sat
eh,
there. I noticed it when I got there, but I didn't know what I was going to. So I
when you
sat
went,
there.
okay.
Yeah, like I didn't know, and I didn't want to be rude and be like, "Yo, like I'm not going to this," because I don't think there's anything wrong with them. They do what they want. That's their lifestyle. I have nothing against them doing their lifestyle. It's just not my lifestyle. So
that's
I sat
understandable.
there,
That's understandable. Teach
I
their
sat
own.
there and I sat there and had a drink and we hung out for probably like 30 minutes. And I literally had to explain over and over and over that that was not my lifestyle. And I'd never had to do that ever
You
in my
say
life.
was okay.
And
Hold
I
on.
just, I thought it was a crazy experience.
Hold on.
So that's
I
my
live in New
little,
York, like the home of
Wait a
pride,
minute. Wait a minute.
everything.
Wait a minute, Adam. Wait a minute. I want to read off because of what James said. Now we got GSU for life asking the question to us, Brandy. He says, for the two women on the show, what if a guy has a body count of other men in the past, and he
Oh,
told you about it? Would that bother you? I didn't think about that
Yes.
question. Uh,
oh yeah.
It won't bother me. I don't.
It wouldn't bother you.
but what if y'all were into the
It
same
wouldn't
stuff?
bother me, but
no,
I'm not. No, I'm not.
Wait.
it.
So you said it wouldn't bother you?
It wouldn't bother me
She
as
said,
in I'm not
Okay,
judging
stop.
him.
J. Marie. Wait, you said it wouldn't bother you, so you'd be fine with
no, 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 no,
having
no,
a
no, no, no,
boyfriend.
no, no,
No,
no.
no. I'm
I
saying no.
let her talk. I'm gonna let her talk.
Okay, you
I'm
stop talking.
saying it wouldn't bother me as in I'm not going to judge him by that.
But
That's
you're
what
not
I'm
gonna mess
saying.
with him.
That's not to make no.
Oh, so
Would it be
it
weird?
bothers you.
Would that be
I
weird to
don't see
you?
what it bothers you then.
It doesn't really bother me because that's his
I
thing. But my preference is not to deal with somebody who goes both ways. Same as if I dealt with a woman. I'm not going to deal with a woman that goes both ways.
No, was it?
Period.
I totally get what you're saying, and that's why when you were saying it doesn't bother you, I was like, what? It wouldn't bother you? But then you're saying, I'm
Right.
like,
And
oh, it
I
does
should have
bother you.
clarified.
Yeah, it
so
would
for
bother you
me,
in a relationship sense. It's just that you obviously wouldn't feel any sort of prejudice towards them for, you know,
Exactly.
whoever they were. Like, I
I
could
just,
like
yeah.
yeah. So for
I could
me,
Right.
totally
it's
If
get
the
it
that.
was
same.
a
It's the
man
same.
that did, I wouldn't. But yeah.
So for me, it's the same thing. It's I'm not judging you because I have gay homeboys. I have bi homeboys. I have girls that are transsexual, or you know what I mean, that have
Wow.
gone to change over to guys. In between, I've got a variety of friends that are in that community. Um, I would not date one or be in a relationship with somebody knowingly that has had that, because to me it's like it adds a different dynamic to the relationship. Like I don't want to ever think that you're okay with me playing with you how you would play with me. Like
Yeah,
for me that's
I've
not
always thought that's weird.
that's for me that's just, and that's probably my
I just don't
ignorance.
understand
That might be my ignorance to the LGBTQ
the bi train on the way to gay.
thing.
But
But
there's a whole they have like news articles that I've seen on Facebook where people like, "Oh, you got to experience, being able to let go and be
Well,
a submissive to your partner and all this stuff." And I'm
is
sitting
that
there
is
looking
posted
that
in
at this
our
stuff.
news.
Well, no,
wait,
no,
wait,
I
wait,
was
is that
looking at it
because of what?
and I was looking at the article and I was like, they're talking about switching roles in relationships. And I personally thought that that was odd because that has never crossed my mind as
Okay,
something that I've
What do you
ever
mean?
so
wanted to do.
What do you mean switching roles? Like you be the girl and the girl be the
yeah,
guy?
So a girl putting on a fourth point of contact and putting it in a place where it should not be or where I don't think it should be. So that's that's what I'm
well,
talking about.
okay, so the interesting thing is, like, was it so funny? Like, was it my girl would sometimes like spoon me, like was it like sleeping positions, like,
Yeah.
and she would sit up here and tell me like, oh, does that make you feel uncomfortable? I was like, nah, it's fine. Like, I mean, ain't nothing happening back there. I was like, no,
It's
it,
not like she's trying to fist you or no shit like
no,
that.
no,
I
no,
mean,
no, no,
that's
exactly.
totally different. That is
No, but
totally different.
basically what I'm saying is like,
Okay.
again, like the whole spooning thing. Some men sit up here and say, oh, that doesn't bother me. But I mean, when you talk about role reversal, no, we got no. That's
So
not happening.
now, let's talk about the scenario. Kind of getting back to sexual history specifically. Let's talk about the scenario. Your mate. Now, obviously, for the guys, if you're heterosexual, I'm talking about your woman coming to the relationship with um a different sexual history than she told you ahead, like I guess in the beginning stages of your relationship or beginning stages of getting to know her. And then for the women on the flip side of it, if we're heterosexual and both of us are, so if a man comes to the table with that, so the situation is or the scenario is your mate kind of comes to you and they're more so kind of playing a role that like they're inexperienced with a lot, and you find out like say you're getting ready to go somewhere for the day or maybe going on a shopping run or something like that, and you overhear a phone conversation of them talking to their homeboy or homegirl or whatever about some back in the day type of conversation, and they talking about you should really get this checked out because they have a sexual addiction, but to you they act as if they're inexperienced. So what if that was the situation? Would you approach them with it like, yo, you're lying to me, this is deception, I don't take it, I don't agree with that? Or would you like let it play out and see if they like eventually come around to showing themselves?
Are you
How would you
specifically
handle that?
talking about sexual addiction, compulsive
Well, no,
sexual
no, 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 no,
behavior?
no.
What exactly?
Not sexual addiction per se, but so the friend on the phone is talking about how your mate wanted to be a porn star back in the day. Like they really were into sex and they really wanted to be a porn
Okay.
star, and this was like this whole thing about it, right? But when they come to you, they're maybe reformed or they're so to speak
Fine.
not into that life anymore, and you find out through a phone call that you overhear that you weren't supposed to be in the house anyway. So they thought you were gone. They had it on
Okay.
speakerphone talking to their friends or whatever. And their friend brought that up. And you heard that. And this is somebody who has came to you and acted as if they were inexperienced. You had to kind of teach them or they had to kind of figure their way out. How would you
I
respond to that?
would literally tell her something like, "Yeah, you ain't have to hide that shit. Now you better let the freak out. Let me see it. I was about to drop your ass because I was bored." So,
Okay.
I mean, that's basically how I'm like. To be honest, that's how I would be like, "Look, like I don't like the fact that you tried to play one way, in the beginning, but you didn't have to hide that. Like, let the freak out. Like, if you really got one in there, then I want to see it because, like, I like to have fun, and I'm like shit. Like, I was about to drop your ass because I was bored. So let me know. Speak now or
Okay.
forever hold your peace."
So you wouldn't leave your lady alone because you heard that or you because you found out that information.
Nah, it wasn't like I said. If she was playing inexperienced, like I already told you the inexperienced thing is something that really isn't attractive to me. First off, so
But
if I did like
deception
the person enough, it
experience.
wasn't like I said. If I did like the person enough, and the person was playing inexperienced because either they felt like there was a taboo about it, or they felt like I wouldn't accept them, and they were kind of nervous about that, then I would confront them, and depending on how they handled that part of the conversation, I was like, look, let me know what it is. Like, I'm not like it doesn't turn me off. It's actually more exciting to me. So fucking let me know what it is. But obviously the deception thing would make me think twice because I would sit up here and say, well, if you're lying about that, what else are you lying about? Like, so it would kind of play both ways.
Okay, okay. And James, what would be your take on it or your response to that?
So I wouldn't mention it to them. I would slowly turn it up on them, and I would be like, "Okay, you gonna keep this? Not a problem. Hey, I took my little multivitamin in the morning. I'm with it. I play games. I'm down." So
I'm gonna take those gas station pills.
I was slow no, because that's how you end up dead. I ain't gonna end up like you, like oh boy, motherfucking was it Samuels, whatever the fuck his name is? You know that nigga was amped up on gas
No,
station pills
okay.
Don't
and
be killing the dead.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah,
be
motherfucking.
yeah, yeah,
killing the
yeah,
dead.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Leave
yeah,
it
yeah.
alone.
Okay, hey,
Let's leave
is what
that
it is.
alone.
Hey, sometimes, hey, so
Respect to
it
the
is what it
dead.
is.
Yeah.
Hey, wish him the best. Fly high, pimpin'. But anyway, neither here nor there. But anyway, I would slowly increase the number of times that we did what we did, and I would push her as far as she would let me take it. And
So okay,
I would
okay.
slowly introduce more um like
Freaky shit
it
too.
would, yeah,
Freaky shit.
or
More freaky
be
shit.
more aggressive about the shit,
Okay.
and I would make her tap out because at first, at the
Yep.
beginning of any relationship, I am always the type of gentleman that will let her lead till she gets comfortable. Then when she gets comfortable, I'm like, all right, come here, and Yeah, she get what she
Okay.
came for.
And
But
And Brandy.
We
Okay.
gonna make that porn movie you was thinking about. It's gonna happen.
yeah, she gonna get that energy that she want.
She gonna get the
So
experience.
I'm not gonna sit there and act like I didn't hear it. It's like, okay, your friend ain't shit for talking loud on the speakerphone, number one. But number two, that's not some shit that you want to hide from somebody that you want to be with. So I'm not even gonna mention that to
I'm
her.
gonna straight up
I'm
confront
just
her and
going
tell him,
I'm
hey,
going to show her that I heard her, because
Oh, okay.
a lot of people don't think you hear the shit that you hear. So like I'm more observant than what I say or what I lead on. So like
No,
I'm
no, no.
not
But
everything that you
the situation isn't. It is literally that you overheard the conversation
yeah, no,
versus.
I
Okay.
totally get what you're saying. I'm just saying that me personally, I pay attention more than people give me credit for. So I notice shit that people don't think I notice.
Okay.
And
Okay.
I'm going to show her that I noticed it without ever telling her,
see, I'm not gonna
because
play that tit for tat thing
what she
because
came for is what she's gonna get.
deception, deception. I'm good. No.
What'd you say?
She
Deception is deception for you, Adam.
Well, I'm saying you're deceiving her by, turning it up and not really mentioning that you heard it. I mean, I would just tell her I heard it and be like, look, this is what it is. And, if this is who you really are, let me know. I mean, I'm excited by that. Like, I'm not turned off
action
by
actions speak louder than words. So I'm gonna show her. I'm
yeah,
gonna
but
show her what I heard.
I'm not gonna
I
So
mean, because
I'm
if I
not no
say
no
it,
no no no
it,
no
it
no.
feels kind of weird and
James,
confrontational to me.
no, you're absolutely right. But at the same time, I feel like if you just turn it up on them, you're kind of letting them off easy. You're kind of letting them off easy because you're not confronting them, and you're kind of setting the stage to basically say it's okay to lie to me because at the end of the day, you're gonna get what you want. I'm gonna get what I want, and it's just gonna all work out. I don't do that shit. If I catch you in a lie and I see that you're actively deceiving me, I'm gonna fucking confront you, tell you, hey, look, this is what's going on. I don't feel comfortable with this, blah blah blah. This is what's going. But again, that in this particular instance is not a bad thing. I'm like, now if you came on telling me that you got all this experience in the world, we get in the bedroom, and then all of a sudden you dead fish and you look like you don't know what you're doing, then I'm gonna be upset at you. It's the other way around. You're telling me, oh yeah, I've been around the block, I know what I'm doing, and then all of a sudden we get to the bedroom, and you sitting up there and you're looking at me for advice or like I don't I'd be like, bitch, put on a porno. Like we can follow them. Like
instructional
I'm
video
not
is what I
really
call
trying.
it. All right.
That's
Well, I
the
mean, I don't
But
look at it as I don't look at it as um her literally lying to me. I look at it as, okay, I heard this, so I'm going to make her tell me this. So if I've always felt like
but
if you
but
make
deception is
something
deception
someone
though.
else's idea, then it's
no.
different. Because okay, so I've
That's
been married
manipulation.
twice. I've
Sounds
been
like you're
married
scared of
twice.
confrontation, James.
No, I'm not. I'm very confrontational.
It,
I'm
it
trying to
sounds like
I
it
do
sounds
it to
like it
prove
sounds like in a
I do
relationship
things
sense,
to
you're not good with
I do
confrontation.
things to prove a point.
You do things that are petty that
I do
ultimately
things to
try
prove
to.
a point. And
Well, that's
by
different.
proving my point, it lasts longer and that attention is grabbed versus me letting her off easy by saying, "Oh, I overheard your conversation.
No, it's
So
petty and passive aggressive.
you should have told me this. We could have worked through it, girl. It ain't nothing wrong with
You know
that."
what?
No,
He
I'm
has
not
Well,
going to
great
let her
okay,
off
okay,
experience.
easy.
No, no,
okay.
Huh?
letting her off easy is by turning it up on her and basically not letting there be a consequence or not letting her realize that lying to you was wrong.
I don't know what kind of grown sessions you're having, my friend, but turning up on her is something that she is going to immediately be like, "Oh shit, I fucked up. I need to have a conversation with this man because I'm not doing this 6 times a day."
What?
It's funny that you said,
And what?
okay, no, no, okay,
That doesn't make
BK.
sense to me because she
Wait,
told
hold
me
on.
before she wanted to be a porn star or whatever. So obviously she's comfortable with it. She might have been
But
reformed,
she's not.
but
People run their mouth and say what they want to do, but when you give them what they came for, that's not what they want.
Okay,
There's so many
so
girls that don't last in porn. It's a lot of them. They don't last
I
because
don't know
that's not
the
what they came
history
for.
of a,
I get that. But I
I don't
mean,
know how
no,
that works, but
your way sounds
wait,
passive aggressive. I just confront.
Let the women, let's let the women
Guys,
of the show
guys,
give their
Yes, ma'am.
opinions. Go ahead,
Sorry.
BK, Pleasure Palace, aka Brandy. Continue, man.
No, you go first.
like does.
Go first.
Go ahead, girl.
Go first, because I can't go.
Okay.
Yes, you can.
So if
You
so,
can do
okay, so if
this.
so if my guy said that, or he like pretended to be inexperienced or whatever, and really was like in the porn life or wanted to be like that, and I heard it, and his homeboy was talking about it. To me, that's like stuff guys always talk about. I've always I've been around a lot of guys and home as homeboys, not sexual partners, but as guys, homeboys, and I don't like that somebody's coughing and laughing on the fucking screen. I need y'all to okay. This is anyway.
No. I'm not laughing. I'm sorry. I was actually
Homeboys,
talking.
He was clearing his throat.
homeboys. Okay, homeboys who I don't like your fucking cup, sir. Okay,
You gonna
homeboys
respect
who
my second cup,
have
okay?
homeboys who have said that they wanted to be a part of, porn and all this other kind of stuff, and they felt like they was doing this and doing that, and
Like gym buddies and stuff like that, right?
that's always been something that folks have, guys have said. And I think that that's just a typical guy thing. Now, if he's totally acting inexperienced, like when he comes around me, he's all hesitant and all this, and he don't know how to maneuver and this and that. That's a different thing to me. That's like you faking the funk and you like acting like it's not just like you didn't tell me and I'm learning you. It's like you faking the funk intentionally. That's gonna make me fall back because
Mm-hmm.
now it's not I just like we just got in this relationship and you kind of letting me know like back in the day you was a little wild one or whatever. And you don't really allude. I mean, you allude to it, but you don't really tell me. And then I overhear your homeboy like, yeah, Nick, you was over there, you was trying to be a porn star. You ever let Jay Marie know, blah, blah, blah. And then he like, no, man, no, it's something I don't want her to know. It depends on what the conversation was to me and then how he responded to it. And then if it's just a new relationship, it's different. If it's something that we've been at this and I've been having to teach you this and that, not just the basics or the basics on top of what pleases me too, then I'm gonna be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, and I'm gonna have an issue with the relationship and I'm gonna eventually break up because then it's like you're doing a lot with the deception on top of playing like you wasn't experienced. That's the part for me.
How about Miss Pleasure Palace?
Oh God.
I don't know how.
Go ahead.
I don't know how to really answer that. I don't know because I kind of feel if you faking like you inexperienced and I find out, I am just gonna end it. Like I'm good. I don't. I
Like,
don't.
I mean, I had a dude lie about his birthday for a date that I was already gonna pay for to have me pay for the date, and I was like, I dropped his ass real quick because that to
It's
me
weird.
is weird as
That's
fuck.
weird. That
It's
is
weird. A
weird.
guy that's not ready to pay for the date to begin with.
Say it again.
No, nothing. Go.
That's a
But it's
Anyway,
different
like as far
conversation.
as dealing with
I didn't. I
somebody
didn't hear what he
inexperienced,
said. I
No,
feel
I
like
said it's weird for a guy not to be ready to pay for the date to begin with. If you're dating somebody who expects you to pay for
no.
the date, then we got a
Okay,
problem to begin
so
with.
this really should have been what I said on the last show with the dating thing. But the situation was I was already offering to pay for it because it was he said it was his birthday and it was in the midst of us dating. So I was like, okay, that I'm okay with that. That's no problem. But I found out through social media that his birthday was literally that week of the next week following the date. So it's like I could have paid for the date and you could have just said this is an early birthday present because my birthday is on Tuesday or whatever. But he lied about that. And to
Hmm.
me,
Wow.
if you lie about something little like that, you're gonna lie
That's
about
weird.
something big.
That's very weird.
Yeah. And he would have been somebody that lied about inexperienced, all this and that, and that. I just feel like you would have kept doing it. So that was why I say that. And now that nobody wants to talk, I will
Oh no,
say
we can
I'm
get after
sorry.
it.
I have
We can
my
get
mic
after it.
muted because my dog is barking. I'm sorry, but
I was looking like
if someone's
No,
if someone's pretending to be again, someone's pretending to be inexperienced, or they just turned out just to be all around liar, and I find out, you know, after we already did the do or we've been dating for a while, I am gonna drop them. Now, as far as dealing with somebody who really is inexperienced, I don't mind because I'm not gonna teach you the basics if you're inexperienced. I'm just gonna teach you what I like. Then we don't have we
Right.
skip to the part every time. Like, oh
Exactly.
well,
You
I'm not
just
gonna
gonna
teach you how to do
customize
that.
it.
Right. I'm just gonna do the lesson plan for me, and then I just won't be disappointed because I taught you how to do it.
That's
So
fair.
but if you have a high body count, now if you had a high body count and I didn't find out till later on, am I gonna cut you off? No, but I probably just start pulling away. But if you
Wait a
had a
minute.
high body count,
Why for the high body count though? Because what if that's something that like that's always among men and women. It's something that
okay.
you don't really want to talk about.
Did the person
But
actively lie to you? Is
sometimes
the question,
people
BK Pressure Paris. Did the person actively
so,
lie to you? Because if the person actively lied to you, I can understand you feeling like, oh, I can't trust this person. Like in the scenario you gave me or you gave us, I sat up here and I said, if the person told me one thing, told me that they were inexperienced, and then I find out that they're experienced, obviously that is a scenario that I like. I like someone who's experienced. So I'm not going to end the relationship straight off the cuff. I'm going to confront them and see how they react to the confrontation. And if there's somebody who like owns up to it and says, "Look, yeah, sorry, I thought," and gave me a good reason, maybe I thought you would judge me. I'd be like, "Nah, sweetie, that's sexy to me. That's all good." Then we're good. But I mean, if the person sits up here and still tries to hold to the lie,
if you lied solely because you thought I would judge you, if that's really the explanation, okay. But also, I'll clarify when I say high body count doesn't work for me.
Okay.
If this is recent, like you still out here hoeing around, okay, I won't say hoeing around, you still out here having multiple partners and we're in our 30s and 40s, no. If this was your past, like younger teens, 20s, okay. That means you still not actively. Because to me, if you have all these multiple partners before me, what makes me think that you're not gonna keep having them with me? Or you know what I mean? Or
That's fair.
I'm just falling in
Well,
line.
well, I mean, at the end of the
no,
day, that's what
but
what you're bringing to the table needs to be able to hold it down. That's why for me it doesn't bother me. I'm good with it.
and I guess
I
to
actually
your to
prefer it.
your point to your point, Brandy, when you say early on in the 20s and you gotta look okay 20s and 30s because I know 30-year olds that are still out there in them streets. And so we can't really say I mean, okay, teach their own. That's your, you know, sort of quota on it. Mine is if you try to have relationships in between there and it's not just that you're just fucking around and then your experience as well as relationship experience and all that kind of stuff ties in together, then I think that's a different kind of thing. When you got if you like a serial relationship person, that's kind of concerning to me, just as much as if you've had like 100 sex partners in uh 5 years.
Just in general, if you have that many
I would say
partners,
my
and
limit is
yeah,
5 years.
and there's, but if you have that
500.
many partners, she
Five.
said
Years.
5 years.
Oh, I was like, what?
But if you have that many partners and there's no relationships at all, that's a red flag. I could see that.
Okay. Okay.
But if you're out there and you're like, okay, I'm trying to have relationships with these people, I'm trying to get to know these people,
Not
and it
all
just didn't
100.
work out. Well, I'm just saying, if you're out there trying to date and it just don't work out and it end up being, 100, 200, 300 people, sometimes that happens. Sometimes you are not compatible.
Two.
Like Navon Mack said, sometimes you're not compatible.
James,
That's
Second. Wait a
that's a
minute.
big deal.
Let
what
me
was it?
read.
First off,
Wait. Adam, let me read what Navon Mack is saying first. Let me read that. So sexual compatibility is a big thing in a relationship, and if someone is pretending to be something they're not for absolutely no reason, then it is a big no automatic deal breaker. Well, I mean, for some people, I guess it kind of depends on
Like I said,
what they consider compatibility. I
it
guess I don't
depends on, to me, it depends on how you react when I
know.
confront you with something. Because, you know, like I said, if you initially concealed something, or you didn't, you know, you omitted something because you were nervous about being accepted or whatever the situation is, then I can kind of hear that. I can be okay with that. Now, when we were talking about like high body counts, like, dude, like up until like, I would say, I don't want to say my 30s because I'm just hitting my 30s, but I mean up until like, you know, up until like mid 20s or whatever, like, man, I was doing, like, I had absolutely no interest in a relationship. I was just having fun. I was enjoying life, you know. So I developed a high body count just because I was just out there, like, I mean, every freaking weekend I was going to the club like 3 4 times a day. Like, not
But
not
okay,
a day, but 3 4 times a week. Like, I was seeing different people,
right.
different places, and doing all kinds of different things. So I mean, like, you know, you know, and at the end of the day, now I mean, I've been in two very committed relationships, and you know,
But that,
I'm,
but that, but that,
I'm
but that,
very
I think,
faithful in this relationship.
but I think that brings up the point of the double standard. There are double standards with men and women because for you,
Uh-huh.
you don't talk about that like that's a bad thing or like that's something to be ashamed of. But women, on the other hand, if we mention anything about body counts and numbers, I've always had guys says, oh, when a woman says her body count is 3, you gotta times that times 10, add this, subtract that, carry the one, divide it by 3 or whatever, and add 20 back. So now, since it's
Well,
a ass number, basically them saying, it's not what she said it is. So oftentimes women don't feel comfortable talking about if they're very sexually experienced, or if their body count is high, or whatever is considered high or low for your age and all that kind of stuff. That's not something that women openly talk about, even among other women, because it's such a judged thing. But guys, it's
Yeah.
a total double
what was it?
standard.
Can I say
Well, I
one
mean,
thing?
it's
I don't care how many things have gone inside you. I just care what's come out of you. That's it.
it's one of those things
I
where
mean, if you have babies, and I
it's
need to fucking know that.
yeah, that's
That's
a
it. That's it. Like,
thing
I don't
too.
care how many sexual
But
partners
at
you've
the
had.
same time, it's like
Yeah. At the same
I
time, it's
forgot what I was
like,
gonna say. Totally had an old man moment. I sure did.
I thought the
I
damn
sure did. I was gonna say something. It was on the tip of my tongue,
Well,
and I had an old
basically,
man moment.
was it basically what I had said? I said it doesn't really matter to me. Like, you know, was it whatever your body count is? I don't care. Like, what has gone into you? Like, you know, who you've been fucking around with. All I care is, like, you know, if you got kids or whatever else. Like, you know, I mean, at the end of
well,
the day,
okay, so let me ask you this, Adam. When you talk about you, okay, but what about your friends? What about the guys, your homies and things like that? Do they
mhm.
say the same thing? Or are they like, nah, man, she can't be with but just 1 or 10 or 5 or whatever?
No, what is it? I have a lot of friends. Like, you know, was a lot of my friends like Eastern European. Some of them are like, you know, Albanian, Montenegrin. You know, these like Muslim guys, and they don't expect their women to be
Um,
with, you know, all around, like, you know, with a bunch of guys. Like, you know, they want low body counts. I mean, you know, and I'm totally fine with that. You know, and I've seen it on both ends of the spectrum. I see the women, some women say the same things, and then I have other friends that are a little more, you know, sexually open. They sit up here and they tell me, they're like, yeah, you know, it doesn't really matter to me. Like, you know, if I like the person, I like the person. And, you know, when I've said my rationale for it, I said, I want you to know what's out there so that when you come to me, like, we both know that the grass ain't exactly greener on the other side. We both know that we're here and we're getting something good and we're having a good, you know, was it, we have a good life here, you know? And that's what it is for me. Like, yeah, it's one of the reasons why, for the most part, I've always liked older women. Like, you know, it's been something for me. But, you know, at this point, you know, my girl that I got now, she's not really older, she's younger. So, you know, it's a little different. But at the end of the day, she was open with me. She told me, you know, what she did, and I told her, I said, "There's no judgment here, sweetie. Like, I'm happy with that. I like, and you know, we've been together like close to 7 years now.
okay,
You know
okay.
what I mean?
So
Happy, going strong. You know, uh,
let me ask this. Now,
about
does
to get
she,
engaged sometime soon, like in the
congratulations,
next end of this year.
Congratulations in
Thank
advance.
you. I'm
Um,
whispering it.
so the question that I had is if you okay, so is this soon to be fiance? Is she inexperienced or did she come to the relationship inexperienced or
Oh
is
no,
that
no,
what
no.
you're thinking
She got a lot of experience. It's good.
about?
I
Okay.
like
Okay. 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 So you don't have the issue with inexperience. And James, are you dating someone currently? No.
Nah, Dave Pool got pee in it. These
it.
people are
What?
retarded.
What'd you say?
I said the dating pool has pee in it.
Oh,
Okay.
People are retarded.
Okay.
You try to give your
People
attention and
are
time to people, and it's difficult because you're trying to find the right person for you that vibes with you, that has that good energy that you can feed off of, and that you can allow them to feed off of yours. Because you
my
can't let
question is, where are you
everybody
finding
get
them?
high. You can't let everybody get high off of your energy, because some people will just suck you dry and leave you with nothing, and that's not cool.
Question, James. Where was it? Where are you finding them?
All over the place.
All over the places in what?
Some of them I run into at the store. Some of them I run into at work. Some of them I've ran into online. Some of them I ran into at the gas station. I mean, just all over the place. But it's like you get people nowadays. It's like their mindset is not about having a relationship. Most people have either been burned out on relationships because they've been in terrible relationships. So they're like, why should I take the chance on you? You could be the greatest person on the planet, and they're so scarred and so traumatized by their past that they don't want to take a leap of faith on you, or you don't want to take a leap of faith on them.
Okay. And is that on sexual history or is this just like
No, no,
compatibility?
just I'm talking about like in general. So like
Okay.
if you're sitting there trying to shoot your shot at somebody, and me personally, I don't want to sit there and try to get blamed for some shit that I had nothing to do with. So like with people that have been in abusive relationships, or people that have been, some sort of mistreated, or um physical physical sort of mistreatment. I don't want to sit there and pay for something that I had nothing to do with. So when I
Question,
meet people
James.
like that, I either leave them alone or I'm kind to them, and I'm like, look, everybody's not like that. And I try to build something with them, but if it don't work, I'm not going to push it, because
Well, yeah.
if
And
that's not where they want to be, or if they don't want to be with me, I'm not going to sit there and try to, force them to. Like, that's not okay.
Was it
not,
James? Question for you.
go ahead, Adam.
What was it? Would you consider yourself an emotionally available person, or do you consider yourself more emotionally reserved in relationships?
I would say available, because I even if I don't understand, or I can't like put myself in their shoes in a situation, I can empathize with that situation. I've never been beat on by nobody. So
Are
but
you?
I can still empathize with their situation if that's the situation that they're coming from, or they're coming from somebody that's a liar, or somebody that's played mind games with them. I've never had anybody do me like that,
What was
but
it,
Have
James?
I
have you
can
had
Well,
boy,
empathize.
I
I can
have. Ooh.
empathize with them
was it
by
James?
going through, like, them going
Basically,
through that situation.
was it James? Basically, the heart of my question, though, was more along the lines of do you display your emotion openly to your partner? I mean, like, you know, how you're feeling in terms of, whether or not you're excited, whether you're not. The reason why I ask this is because I've had several women tell me in the past that one of the things that they love about me is the fact, and the reason why I always get that relationship buzz. Like even when I was trying to like just hook up and have a good time, every girl was sitting up there on that, oh, I want a relationship with you. Because I was the type of person that always seemed like I was welcoming, seemed like I was open to like being loved. Because there's some people who they say they're open to being loved. They say they're open to like receiving as much affection as they possibly can. But then when you actually look at their attitude, when you look at how they emote, when you look at how they present themselves, how they react in certain situations emotionally, whether or not they display emotions. Some people are like a blank slate. You look at their face and you're like, I can't tell when they're happy. I can't tell when they're sad. They hold all their emotions in. They try to, they only clue people into what they feel like they should clue them into. everything else is reserved for them. If you're one of those types of people, sometimes women just look at it and they go, well, you're a hard read. So since you're a hard read, I can't really waste the time with you. And I'm not. I'm just saying. Like I've had several women sit up here and tell me that. Like friends that have told me that you're the type of person who like when you're excited, I see you're excited, big smiles. Like you're somebody who definitely seems like you're very welcoming. You don't seem like somebody that's emotionally closed off, even though you do got some some little emotional baggage here and there. You check that shit at the door when you met me, and we're talking and what have you. All these different things. So I'm just wondering because some of the guys that I've seen, friends of mine, like when I look at their issues with dating, I've told them, I was like, dude, like, you don't seem like a fucking friendly person. Like, yes, you seem like, you're confident. You're the type of person who goes in there, women like are attracted to the confidence. But when you're in the relationship, you're not really the type of person that,
Y'all
like,
should have been on Adam and James. Y'all should have been on the dating show. We might do a reboot of that and have y'all back on for that because you bring up some really great topics when it comes to guys and emotional availability. We'll probably do a show on that actually because James and Adam, I think y'all are polar opposite. In how y'all.
but 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 what is it? Was it the reason why I say this? Because I've talked to friends who have asked me like, oh, like, what's your take on this? And I know some of the girls they've dated, like, friends, and I've heard them, the girls tell me what the problem was in the situation, or told friends of my friends, and it's gotten back to me. And 90% of the time, these friends are telling me that the way the guy viewed themselves in the relationship is not the way the woman viewed them. So the guy sat up here and said, oh, I'm a caring person, just bringing home money or just like, being there and like grabbing on her and kissing on her and everything. It's not the same thing as being like I would say emotionally available. You might think that is, but it's not really.
Well,
there,
okay,
there's a lot more. It means discussing
Adam,
everything between like someone asks you how you're feeling, you're actually telling them how you're feeling. You're not just saying I'm fine, you
okay,
know.
We need
Adam
we
and
need to have
James.
we need to have relationship resumes because I
Okay,
know,
well,
like,
what we're
I
gonna
just
do is, and we're gonna do another show. We want y'all back because I think that Adam and James, y'all bring up a great topic because I didn't think about touching on that the emotional availability that you have in a relationship. That is a big deal. That's a big deal. So we're gonna touch on that maybe on next show. Actually, Brandy, you think so?
I just say that because James looks really
Possibly. We
unfriendly.
can we can start.
James looks like a really unfriendly person. He
Okay.
looks like
Well, you're
I'm the
judging a book
nicest
by
I am
you're
the nicest person on the planet.
he just
and
I may look mean because,
he
being
looks
in the
like what?
military,
He
being
honestly
in
just
Iraq
looks
and all these
like
other
an
crazy
unfriendly
places,
person.
but I am the nicest person on the planet.
I don't know
Any
if I'd ever want
person,
to meet him in real life.
any
okay.
person that I've ever, any girl that I've ever dated, they would be like, "Yo, that is the nicest dude on the planet." That
I don't
is
know, man.
hands down every person
Okay.
I've ever dated. Even
Okay. So
ex-wives, even ex-wives would give that glowing recommendation. I will bet my life on that.
okay. So let me read what Nevin Max says. She says in 2020 it's 2022.
Navon.
Nevin Navon.
Navon.
Sorry,
No.
I'm fucking her name up even as you tell me her name. I'm sorry, Navon. It's 2022. As long as we hold hands as we walk to the clinic for our test, it shouldn't matter. I don't even know who counts bodies. Who keeps count on bodies? Because she's busy in her 20s, as most of us
Hey,
probably
that's a
Just so
good
are.
you know,
point.
I ain't holding hands with you into the clinic. I'll
That's a
hold
good
hands with
point.
you when we get
Yo,
out.
that's a good
Because,
point.
like, depending on what those results are,
Okay, well, I mean,
Yo, that is a great point. Like, she
I
at
will
brings
this
up a
walk your
great
ass
point.
point,
to the clinic. I
Some
will walk
people,
behind you almost like I'm pushing you. And then once you get in there, the results come out, then I'll be like, hey, we good. Like, let me see your paper. All right, you got, all right, cool. Now we
but
hold hands.
some people you can talk to, and you get a vibe of what kind of person they are. Some people you just know that your first date needs to be to the clinic. Some people you just know. You're
Some
like,
people you
yo,
do are like, nah,
you're
okay,
you
like,
might need to
yeah,
okay,
like,
that's a
nah,
point.
I
That's a
can't
point.
trust what they say,
health
so
department
I'm a,
first. Yeah.
yeah, because it's free. Health department, get it.
Health
Okay,
department
let,
is
let me
free.
let me let me just
Absolutely.
okay. Let's wrap up the show. I love the commentary from you guys. I definitely appreciate it. We definitely appreciate the male point of view on this. It helped us get a wider perspective, most certainly. Um,
That's normally
so
what happens.
we'll so we will we will be back June. I'm sorry, July 1st is the next show. We're doing every other Friday, guys. So I just want to let y'all know you're not gonna see us this coming Friday,
Thank
but
God.
we will be back next Friday. And we did this show today because we fucked up yesterday, which was Friday. So I just want to let y'all know that. I'm J. Marie Poetry,
It
owner of
wasn't
Dirty
me.
Words. I'm about to mute you in a second. I'm trying to do my closing thing.
Rick Ross
I'm
had motherfucker
I'm
look like Buddha.
I'm
Keep going.
J. Marie Poetry, owner of Dirty
Hmm.
Words Apparel. DirtyWordsApparel.com is where you can find the latest hoodies, tees, and hats, hoodies, and tees. Okay. And then my co-host Brandy is owner of BK Pleasure Palace.
I
Hey.
am an independent bedroom candy consultant, so I do have to put that in there. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on Instagram. Um, Again, hit out my email if you have any questions at bkpleasurepalace at gmail.com. All things bourgeois. I will put the link in the comment section on YouTube and Facebook so you can go ahead and sign up to get your pictures taken. Ladies, again, I encourage it. I encourage it. I encourage it. I also put the links in for the sex card games that I talked about on this show today. They are in the links as well. Right
Okay.
now, I cannot find the one for the same sex couples. So give me a little time to do a little bit of research on that. But I do have a same sex couples section on my page. So I will definitely get that link out to you guys as well. Um, by the way, to any father that is listening, happy Father's Day.
Thank
Happy
you.
I
Father's
hope your
Day
guys'
to
Thank
the
day is
you.
going to be
fathers.
great.
Yes. Thank you for saying that. Okay,
The
yes.
one day
Happy Father's
where
Day. And
acknowledge
also happy Juneteenth to all of our African American folks and folks
Happy
who
Juneteenth.
champion African Americans
Just
as well.
black
Happy
people.
Juneteenth.
if you happen to be African American.
Happy Juneteenth. And also happy Pride Month to our LGBTQI. And I apologize, I don't know what all the acronyms are, but happy birthday to
Yeah,
our
there's a lot of them.
It's
LGBTQ
not
family as
birthday. It's
well.
birthday.
I mean, not thank you for not.
Just say
God damn
alphabet
it.
people.
Happy,
Ha-
keyword happy, y'all.
Happy
Happy.
Pride.
Happy everybody.
Happy Pride Month to our LGBTQ family and friends and all that good stuff. James, did you have anything you wanted to promote to wrap up? Anybody? I saw that
Okay.
T-shirt. The T-shirt is a little
I got a homeboy. I got a homeboy in Kansas City. His name is
okay.
Cameron Bingham. He does those photos that Miss Pleasure Palace was talking about. He has a he has an
Okay.
album on Facebook. If you look him up, Cameron Bingham on Facebook, you can look at the pictures that he's taken. They're super classy. They're really empowering for the women that have taken them. I
Okay.
personally had a friend that did it. She did hers in Texas, and
Okay.
she had one of her buddies from a lifetime ago take them for her. Now they're extremely empowering for the people that take them because they're body positive pictures
Okay.
where you get to accentuate what's beautiful to you and
Okay.
make you feel beautiful about what you see in the mirror when you look into it. It's important
Now
for
see,
everybody to
okay,
feel like that.
now see, as Adam was trying to
Yep.
hate
Right
on
there. That right there.
well,
He he's I know
let me
I'm going
bring
on and
let
on,
me
but ladies,
bring
he's not lying. He's not lying.
let me bring Adam back because while James got to be a little teddy bear real quick, you missed it.
What?
He's all
I've
body
told you
positive,
I'm the
feminine.
nicest person on the planet.
He's the nicest person on the planet,
Wait,
Adam.
wait, 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 wait. Question: What was this about? Him talking about the one taking porn photos and shit? What exactly?
They're not porn photos. They're
No,
Boudoir
no, no.
photos.
models.
I
It was
said
They're
I said
boudoir.
boudoir.
my friend had
Is
she
that
had a buddy that was a professional porn photographer. This
okay?
lady takes
Oh,
professional porn pictures. So this lady did her body
Boudoir, ladies.
positive picture.
Boudoir.
he
Yeah,
said
he
porn.
So
did.
apparently, I
I don't
didn't
know what they're talking.
misunderstand this BK
I
Pleasure
said
Palace. He's
I
talking
said
about porn. Keep going.
no, no, no. Listen to me. I'm
Oh, he's
saying
a little kid. Keep going.
body positive pictures.
Yes, yes,
She
Teddy. Keep
takes,
going.
she took her body positive pictures, and I saw them. They're gorgeous,
Oh,
and they allowed her to,
Oh, that's
um,
what that's what
oh,
James
okay, yeah,
says.
that's what I said.
Sorry. There
Yeah,
we go. There we go.
oh,
they allowed her
that's
to
good.
feel positive about her
Let me
self-image.
see if I
She
can
dealt
find
with
his
Mm-hmm.
self-image
pictures.
issues her entire life.
Uh,
So for her to take those pictures, that meant the world to her. And she had a
So I'm
professional photographer take them for her.
yeah, and
right. That's right.
I'm in the gym right now
I
because
heard. Yeah, okay.
when excuse me, Adam, excuse me, I'm in the gym right now. So when I cut up, the whole world is gonna know that I've been in the gym. I'm gonna just say that y'all gonna know I've been in the
Hey,
gym.
hey, you got to do what you got to do.
So,
But you don't have to
you
be
got to
though.
make
That's the
yourself.
best part. You
but I,
don't have to be.
but I'm gonna
You
block
don't.
I'm gonna block my little brothers from it because I got them on Facebook and I think Instagram. I'm blocking their ass though. I'm gonna
Oh,
block
yeah,
them
I would definitely block them. That would be
because
weird.
You got to
yeah,
make sure that you feel good about you, because at
Yeah.
the
yeah,
end of the day,
and
that's all you got.
I mean, whatever
No,
they say,
family
fuck
don't matter. Your
family.
spouse don't
Whatever they
matter.
say, fuck them. They,
It's about you.
cool.
What you see in the mirror, as long as you happy with it,
Mhm.
that's all it's about.
wait a minute, what is Adam saying? Because I hear a little muffling and all this other stuff going
No,
on.
no, no, no. Basically, I said whatever they say, fuck them. Like you said, it's it's all about you, and you should feel comfortable with who you are. And, if it make you feel good, makes you feel good. Who cares what the haters think? Even if it is your family.
Fuck them. I'm
Exactly.
rocking
True.
me
That is so
regardless.
true.
I'm just gonna block them. I'm just gonna
That's how
block
it
Exactly.
them.
is.
That's what you're supposed to do.
That's
I got a
life.
list of people I'm gonna block when I post them photos.
I'm
Yeah,
not.
absolutely.
Okay,
I'm gonna make sure every hater sees it and tell them they can eat a dick. Because I
but
don't care.
all jokes
Okay,
I mean,
aside,
even if it's
before I don't mean
family,
to cut
even if
y'all
it's
off,
family,
but
that's how you got to do it.
I
That's how
did
you got to do
find Facebook page. I'm gonna post his link in the comment section.
say one more time, Brandy.
I didn't mean to cut y'all off. Sorry.
What? No, what did you say?
I said I didn't mean to cut everybody off, but I found Cameron's Facebook page, and I think this
Oh,
is his
okay.
link. So I am going to put it. Maybe I guess we should ask him if he's okay with that first.
Free
Well, he does
advertisement.
porn video. I mean, not porn videos. He does. What James got me saying that shit.
Boudoir.
He does boudoir.
I mean, does he do videos too? I got some ideas.
You can maybe
Oh my
ask him if
god,
he does.
I've known this man since we were in like second grade.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so he's vetted him to some
He's a good
degree.
dude. He
Oh,
Has
got
he
he
two
done
vetted.
any
kids. He's a good
que-
dude.
question, James? Has he done any boudoir photos of you?
No,
Oh my god!
I live in a different state, and that's not something that
I love,
I'm into.
I
I don't
love
need.
your
I
answer.
personally,
Well,
I
well,
love
I
wait, wait,
your
wait, wait, wait.
personally do not need photos of
James,
myself.
James, the reason why I
I
Oh,
say
that's
don't.
that,
good,
wait,
Adam.
no, 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 wait. The reason why I said that is because like BK Preser Palace said, it's empowering for women or men, and I was just
answer.
wondering if
I
you
haven't
felt
known
that
if
that would
Hold
be
they
on.
sent
empowering for
pictures,
you
but I'm
to have
sure if they
your friend
wanted to, they
Cameron
could.
take some boudoir photos of you. I
So
mean, you
wait,
could be a
hold
sailor.
on.
There are all kinds of things you could do.
Did you say sailor?
Basically, I'm just saying it could be empowering for you.
Nigga, I was in the army.
so
You don't
so
ever you don't ever tell
so
a person that's in the army about being a
All
sailor.
right, y'all.
We got
Y'all.
we got things to say about
hold
Hey,
on.
sailors.
Hold on, hold on.
hey, hey.
I mean,
James, your
I
answer
am
was
not a
again, I,
seaman.
perfect.
I,
I
Hold
am
on.
don't
not a
know anything
seaman.
about you. I didn't know you were in the army. I apologize.
I
I'm
am
just
not a
saying,
seaman.
I'm just saying that I
They
was
are seamen,
suggesting something.
male and female.
I was just
So
Seamen.
suggesting something that I thought would be empowering for you. And since you were talking about body positivity with like, your friend and like, someone who had self-esteem, I was just saying that maybe this would be something that would be good for you too.
I'm good. I'll
you're
pass.
I
so
don't know. I mean,
cool,
I
Dave.
appre- I
Uh,
appreciate your idea,
Adam.
but
well,
I will take a hard pass on that. I
okay,
appreciate
well,
your idea.
that's all
I
you got to say.
appreciate
I
that.
mean, I'm not trying to like,
I
you
appreciate
know,
your idea.
well, that's
You're
good. I
ama-
mean,
you're
that's,
amazing for bringing that up. I appreciate you.
thank you.
But I will take a hard pass on that one.
Okay. It's
Okay.
fine.
All right, now let's officially wrap up the show again. I'm J. Marie Poetry, owner of Dirty Words Apparel. I'm the host of the Dirty Pleasure Show. My co-host Brandy, owner of BK Pleasure Palace, and co-host of the Dirty Pleasure Show. We appreciate everybody for tuning in today. We will be back again July 1st at 7 p.m. So see us then, and we'll have guys back, and we'll have maybe some more ladies on the show as well, who will be able to give us their feedback. And I think we're gonna go with emotional, uh, as BK Pleasure Palace is beating somebody emotional.
Not yet. Not yet.
Okay, emotional.
Availability.
What is it? Emotional shit in the
Availability.
relation availability in a relationship. Thank you. Emotional availability in relationships. We're going to talk about that subject next time. So we will
I'm
be
sorry, I didn't
happy
mean to
to
spark a
have
new
you all
show
back.
topic.
We'll be happy to have you all back. So guys, tune in or join in on the fun Dirty Pleasure Show. Peace
It's
and
nice meeting you guys.
keep